The libido is so high. I'm sorry for intruding. I'll give you privacy now. Yay! We're here! See, this is it! We're going in.
This is the visitor center. Employee of the year. Oh, look at that. That's the employee of the year. Well done, friend. Well done. Well done. Well practiced.
We will be going into the enclosures with some of the animals. So obviously no enticing of the animals, no kitty, meow meow, banging or anything. Obviously if they come too close, I'm gonna have to move away. I don't want anything to happen.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's go.
Are you excited? Oh, nice.
These are your sable antelope. These actually don't originate in South Africa, Angola, that side.
Right.
The reason that they are here, unfortunately, they did go endangered due to hunting. So very beautiful horns, as you can see, beautiful skins. So lots of hunters wanted their heads to mount or the skins or anything like that.
Dear. Yeah.
And unfortunately their numbers dropped drastically. But when the babies are born, very, very light brown color. Normally staying hidden in the grass away for a few weeks or for a few days. Moms will just leave them, come back every now and again to give them milk. Far in the back there, walking is a rhino. Food vehicle.
Yeah,
so
friends with the goat?
Yes. So I'll explain her story now. I just want to get out the way for
Okay.
her food vehicle before she runs us over.
Hello.
Oh my god!
Oh. Esme. Okay lang, it's alright.
Esme, back up. Back up. Back up.
Oh.
Hello, Esme.
Where's your food?
He's looking for the food. Oh, he's gorgeous.
Oh, that's nice.
She. Oh, the poop.
He's dry.
Hello,
Esme.
Esme.
Oh, Esme.
Esme. Esme.
Oh, look at that. Corn.
Come, Esme. Come, Esme. Come. Come, Esme. Come, Esme.
She can smell us.
Come, Esme. Come.
Oh, she likes the.
Come, Esme.
She's lovely. Thank you.
So that is Esme. As you can see, she likes us a little bit too
Yes.
much and doesn't like to listen. But that is Mielie. her best friend. All of our little animals that we get in here, we do have a mother figure for them.
Right.
Oh, so when they're small, they do tend to get lonely sometimes. For her own safety, in case we do have any poachers that do want to come into the site. So that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to get her back in the boma. But so she's almost 3 years old now. So she's still a baby Rhino. She was basically a newborn. The reason she was brought to us, unfortunately, or fortunately, it wasn't because her mom was poached. Her mom just stopped producing milk. So she was brought to us for us to look after her. And as soon as she's old enough and ready to go, we will set her free. So these guys are now about 12 years old. So these two are brothers. 10 to 20 lions just in that small enclosure. Very bad condition, not being fed very well, very skinny, undernourished.
It's terrible, isn't it?
A hunter from wherever says he's willing to pay how many thousands or whatever dollars, rands to come and get a lion, to hunt a lion.
Yep.
They say, okay, I want that lion, puts his gun or rifle against the fence and shoots it.
Shit.
So not fair hunting whatsoever. Big problem that we have in South Africa, unfortunately. Because of that, we actually have more wild rhinos than we do wild lions. So most of our lion population is in cages. They basically have a calcium deficiency, and so we won't be able to release them into the wild. Very weak bones. If we release them, they would basically be killed instantly. So we keep them here. They have a good healthy life. Get fed twice a week, around about 14 kilograms of ribs each. Yes, free medical care. So your lions, they can live up to about, in the wild, maybe only 10 years. In captivity, maybe if you're lucky, up to 20. Because in South Africa, hunting is a big thing. But unfortunately, some people, as you know, with the lion canned hunting, have seen an opportunity for that. As well as your bone trade. With there being less tigers now, what's the next closest thing? Your lions. Is not good at all for our lions.
Cheetah.
And that's Loverboy.
Loverboy.
So these are Burchell zebra. So you get a Burchell zebra as well as your mountain zebra. So these ones you can see, they have the black-white stripes, but in between they've also got shadow stripes. So a little bit lighter.
Yes, that's right.
Whereas your mountain zebras don't have that. So she was brought to us when she was a baby. There's nothing wrong, she was just found by herself. Brought to us and we just look after her. Fortunately, she is a bit too tame to release. So we got Loverboy for her as company.
Hello, Loverboy.
So in this camp we have got 3 rhinos, white rhinos, same species as Esme. Unfortunately, the reason for them being here is poaching. Their moms were poached, so they had to be brought to us when they were very, very young. So they are about 4 or 5 years old now, and between 5 and 9 is when we try to release them. So then have a nice big enough horn, they're strong enough to mate with, also strong enough to fight against other rhinos. So they still have a few years left with us, and then we will release them again.
Wow.
You'll see with Kulua and Nonhlanhla, they have been dehorned. The reason we do dehorn our rhinos is just, again, for their own safety.
Right.
They have tried dehorning rhinos in Kruger, especially to help with poaching. Maybe they'll leave the rhino alone. But because of that, unfortunately, we have to leave a little bit left on their face, because otherwise you're basically cutting your whole nail off, which is quite sore. Because of that, your poachers are still taking down those rhinos just for that little piece.
Oh my god. There, here they are. Oh, you're lovely, aren't you? You're very pretty. Yes, we're going to make you a star. Hello.
So this weird grass that's on the ground, we do supplement feed them. So we give them lucerne, it's lucerne, which is a special nice tasting plant. So normally in the winter we'll give them a bit more, because as you can see now with the rains we've had, there's a lot of grass everywhere. But when it gets a bit colder, there's absolutely no grass, no tree, leaves on the trees or anything. So we have to give them food in the winter mainly. Yes, Cheetah.
Oh, see, they're so friendly.
Yeah.
She likes biting and kicking.
Yeah.
Yo. Yo. Hello. Yes, Cheetah. What's it?
They're very heavy. You can hear them.
Yeah, the way they walk.
Their horn is ivory, isn't it?
No, so it's made out of keratin. So the same as our nails and our hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here we have two southern ground hornbills. So these two, unfortunately, their species is also endangered. The reason for that, they are monogamous, meaning that these two will pair for life. With them, they will find a mate, and the two of them will stay together forever. So, as well as that, they only produce 2 eggs every 8 years. With those 2 eggs, we have something that we call Cainism, which is like your Cain and Abel situation in the Bible. Whereas with your eggs, once they have hatched, the bigger, older, stronger one, not necessarily the older one, but the stronger one, will kill the younger one. Only have 1 egg that they can then look after, give all their energy to that 1 egg. With your females, they also aren't territorial, so they'll move around from area to area. So with her, we could kind of release her in any area. Whereas your males, you would have to find a place where there's not other males, because they would fight with that male. She has rosette shapes with a darker brown in the middle. Also doesn't have those tear marks. You can see if you look close at her eyes, not inside where there's black, but just on the outside it's a bit lighter. Same with your lions. That is because they hunt at night, so that allows them for the stars and the moon to reflect light into their eyes so they can see better. She's doing so your cheetahs especially love your termite mound. So nice high place where they can see standing or plain, so mainly grass with a few trees in the area. So to see if there's any prey, they'll go stand on top of the termite mounds and see nice and far.
Scratching the belly.
So these are your vervet monkeys. We also do get some mango monkeys as well as your chukma baboons in this area. But your Samanga monkeys are more basically on the mountains, so more your forest areas, where it's a little bit more of cooler weather. Your baboons, I think they didn't used to be as aggressive as they are nowadays, but because of more people and sometimes giving them food, and then now you don't want to give them food anymore type of thing, it's making them more aggressive. Even with these guys, they go in, break into houses. Just I think they also, even your baboons, because I mean your big male baboons can probably stand bigger than a little child. With them, I think if you are bigger than them, they are bit more scared of you, protect their group or their troop, they might be more aggressive, yeah. But compared to these guys, much more aggressive.
So all the animals have this blue tag on their legs.
Oh no,
animals
so that's a male. He's actually got blue balls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's natural.
Yeah. These guys are free, they don't belong to us.
Okay.
So, welcome to our Vulture restaurant. So, with obviously having all our carnivores here at the center, we go through quite a lot of meat, round about 10 to 20 tons in a week, which we cut off all the bones, we cut off any pieces that aren't good enough for the animals anymore, as well as cut off the big pieces of fat. So with that, we bring it here and then we can feed it to the vultures. The reason for doing that, unfortunately, all 9 vulture species that you do find here in South Africa are either vulnerable or endangered or basically almost extinct. The reason for that is humans, obviously. Lots of people believe if you eat the brains of a vulture and the eyes of a vulture, you can see into the future. They have incredible eyesight. A kilometer in the air, they can see an object that's about a meter tall. They are free. They go and come as they please. If they see there's food, they'll come here. Otherwise, if there isn't any meat, they do go to the other game reserves that are around us to go and scavenge. Another reason we do feed them is because how people are killing them is by poisoning them. You use a line with lots of hooks on it, hooks, or just leave the hooks on the ground. And your vultures take off. They take quite a long time to get off of the ground, so they kind of run a little bit. Those hooks then catch them. So as you know, built for running. So nice skinny body, long body, very strong tail. That tail allows them to turn. If they're going about 120 kilometers an hour, they can turn about a 90-degree angle just by using their tail as like a rudder to be able to turn. With your cheetahs, your females are normally solitary. With us, when they're a bit younger, your females, you can keep them together, but as they get older, you put them separate. So these are females. They're still very young, only about 4 years old now. With your males, they will normally form coalitions or brother bonds, so a group of males together since they're young. So in here we do have 4 cheetahs. Mating normally takes along about a week. Every time lasting about only 3 to 6 seconds, but within a day they can mate around 20 to 60 times.
Wow.
So quite a lot. That just increasing their chances of falling pregnant.
Any progress? Any progress at all? Alright. That means no. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Have safe travels.
Thank you, Abi.
Yes, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes. Okay, so we're done. And that's a very good private tour.
Thank you very much. See you.